Rustic Hacienda patio, kitchen, and courtyard design ideas, DIY outdoor living inspiration. Ladies and gentlemen, imagine stepping through a carved wooden gate into a courtyard alive with the scent of citrus trees, the sound of water flowing from a hand-tiled fountain, and the warmth of terracotta walls glowing in the late afternoon sun. This is not simply architecture. It is a lifestyle, a philosophy of blending human living spaces with the rhythms of nature. The hacienda style is rooted in centuries of history, most notably in Spanish colonial estates that flourished across Latin America. These estates were more than just houses. They were self-sufficient worlds, integrating kitchens, workshops, gardens, and living quarters into a single harmonious compound. Over time, the signature features of hacienda architecture became symbols of hospitality and resilience. Thick adobe walls, clay tile roofs, expansive courtyards, and rustic wooden beams. This style has endured across continents and generations because of its balance. The hacienda does not impose itself on the environment. Instead, it grows out of the land. Sunlight, shade, water, and vegetation are treated not as obstacles, but as collaborators in design. Today, designers and homeowners look back to this heritage to rediscover a sense of grounded living that modern minimalism sometimes overlooks. At the center of every hacienda lies the courtyard, a sanctuary where architecture opens itself to the sky. Unlike a purely decorative feature, the courtyard serves a deeply functional role. It regulates temperature by creating natural airflow, provides safe gathering space, and welcomes greenery into daily life. It is the breathing core of the home, drawing family and friends together around shared experiences. In modern adaptations, courtyards have become canvases for creativity. Vertical gardens climbing wrought iron frames, tiled fountains evoking the sound of water, or rustic fireplaces that keep conversations alive long after sunset. If the courtyard is the heart of the hacienda, then the kitchen is its soul. Traditional kitchens were communal, vibrant, and open to the patio. They were celebrated spaces where food became part of the social ritual. Today, as outdoor living dominates architectural trends, the hacienda kitchen is returning in full force. Imagine rustic stucco counters topped with hand-painted talavera tiles, a wood-fired oven standing proudly, cast iron pans hanging from reclaimed wooden beams, and earthen jars filled with herbs. These are not only tools of cooking, but elements of artistry. Increasingly, people seek kitchens that connect with the landscape, turning outdoor dining into a year-round lifestyle. One of the most distinctive qualities of hacienda design is its devotion to natural materials. Terracotta, adobe, wood, and iron are not disguised but celebrated for their imperfections. Clay tiles with subtle color variations, plastered walls reflecting light in soft, uneven tones, exposed beams bearing the marks of age. All these create warmth and authenticity. The philosophy aligns with global design movements such as Japanese wabi-sabi and Scandinavian slow living. Beauty lies not in perfection, but in honesty, where every chip, crack, and weathered surface tells a story. The hacienda also teaches us to treat nature as a partner, not as decoration. Instead of ornamental landscaping, courtyards foster ecosystems. Native plants thrive in clay pots, trees stretch into organic canopies, and birdsong becomes part of daily life. This approach feels especially urgent in today's ecological context, where sustainable design is essential. With passive cooling, local materials, and low-impact landscaping, the hacienda offers a model for harmonious living that is both timeless and relevant. For modern homeowners, rustic DIY adaptations make the hacienda spirit accessible. Stucco walls can transform a plain backyard into a textured retreat. Colorful talavera tiles add vibrancy to outdoor sinks or counters. Salvaged wood finds new life as pergolas, benches, or doors. Large clay pots bring warmth and mobility, allowing gardens to adapt with the seasons. These small touches bring a sense of history and culture into contemporary spaces without requiring grand estates. Looking ahead, the hacienda style is evolving in dialogue with modern technology. Solar panels may crown clay-tiled roofs, smart lighting may highlight stone arches, and rainwater systems may be hidden within rustic courtyards. This fusion of tradition and innovation reflects our desire to stay rooted in heritage while embracing the conveniences of the future. Homeowners want authenticity and comfort, rustic beauty, and modern functionality. The Hacienda offers the perfect vessel for this dual ambition, because at its core, it has always been about harmony. In this first stage of the journey, we uncover the spirit of the Hacienda, its origins, its courtyard heart, its communal kitchen soul, and its raw materials that celebrate imperfection. We see how nature is embraced as a partner, how rustic DIY strategies bring its essence into ordinary homes, and how contemporary design weaves old traditions with new technologies. The Hacienda is not only a style of architecture, but a way of living, one that teaches us to slow down, connect with the land, and find beauty in every corner of our surroundings. When envisioning a Hacienda-inspired home today, the question often arises: how do we translate centuries of tradition into spaces that serve the needs of modern life? The answer lies in careful design strategies that balance authenticity with practicality, transforming patios and courtyards into multifunctional sanctuaries that celebrate both heritage and innovation. The layout is the starting point, the silent language that dictates how people move, gather, and rest. Traditional haciendas often organize rooms around a central courtyard, creating a rhythm of openness and enclosure. In contemporary settings, this can be reinterpreted by arranging outdoor dining, lounge, and kitchen areas in a flowing sequence that encourages social interaction. For instance, the kitchen may open directly into a shaded patio, allowing the aroma of cooking to mingle with fresh air, while a dining area sits nearby under the branches of a tree or a rustic pergola. The seamless connection between spaces becomes a celebration of everyday living. Color is another defining element. The Hacienda palette is warm, earthy, and deeply connected to the natural world. Terracotta reds, sun-baked oranges, golden yellows, and sandy beiges form the foundation, while accents of cobalt blue or emerald green bring vibrancy and contrast. These colors are not applied with sterile precision. Instead, they are layered, textured, and alive. Painted tiles may reveal slight variations, walls may display sun-faded tones, and fabrics may bear woven patterns that echo regional craftsmanship. The goal is to create an atmosphere of authenticity, where every shade reflects the passage of time and the embrace of nature. Furniture plays a crucial role in grounding the space. Heavy wooden tables carved from reclaimed timber, wrought iron chairs with intricate scrollwork, and leather-upholstered benches all contribute to the rustic identity. Modern interpretations often introduce lighter touches: rattan chairs, minimalist benches, or concrete seating, to balance tradition with comfort. What unites these choices is durability. Hacienda furniture is designed not to be delicate, but to withstand sun, rain, and the lively gatherings of family and friends. Pieces feel sturdy, dependable, and eternal, like the architecture itself. Textures enrich the experience of the courtyard and kitchen. Rough plaster walls, weathered stone floors, handmade textiles, and woven baskets invite touch as much as sight. In an age where sleek minimalism dominates many interiors, the tactile richness of hacienda design is refreshingly human. Every surface tells a story, from the uneven surface of hand-troweled stucco to the soft fibers of a woven rug. Even in modern spaces, designers seek to replicate this intimacy, encouraging homeowners to embrace irregularity as part of the charm. Lighting transforms the ambiance of the courtyard, especially after sunset. Traditional lanterns made of wrought iron and glass, often filled with flickering candles, create a romantic glow. In modern adaptations, string lights or solar lanterns drape across pergolas, blending rustic warmth with convenience. Pathways may be lined with small ground-level lights, highlighting terracotta pots or stone steps. The result is an atmosphere that invites lingering, where nights feel timeless, and conversations stretch long into the evening. Water, an element central to the hacienda courtyard, remains a timeless feature. Whether through a tiled fountain, a carved stone basin, or a modern reflecting pool, water brings a sense of tranquility and balance. It cools the air, creates soothing sound, and symbolizes renewal. Even small courtyards benefit from a modest water element, which anchors the space and adds depth. The combination of water, stone, and vegetation transforms patios into true sanctuaries, blurring the line between human space and the natural world. The kitchen, when designed in the hacienda tradition, becomes both functional and theatrical. Outdoor stoves and wood-fired ovens are focal points, encouraging communal cooking and storytelling around the flames. Counters may be topped with handmade tiles, each piece unique, creating a mosaic of color and culture. Storage solutions, often open shelving or rustic cabinetry, showcase pottery, clay jars, and cooking tools as part of the decor. This openness celebrates the act of cooking itself, treating it not as hidden labor, but as a shared performance that unites people. Dining in such a space is more than eating, it is ritual. A long table under a pergola becomes a stage for gatherings, from family meals to festive celebrations. Decorations are simple yet meaningful. Hand-woven table runners, ceramic plates, fresh flowers picked from the garden. The philosophy is one of abundance without excess, where generosity of spirit is expressed through shared meals and laughter. In this way, the hacienda tradition of hospitality continues to shape modern entertaining. Sustainability is not an afterthought, but an inherent part of the hacienda design ethos. Thick walls of adobe or plaster provide natural insulation, reducing the need for artificial cooling. Courtyards promote passive ventilation, while clay roofs deflect heat. Modern adaptations build upon these principles, incorporating eco-friendly materials, solar energy, and rainwater harvesting. The rustic aesthetic is not opposed to technology. Rather, it welcomes innovation that aligns with the values of resourcefulness and respect for the land. Plants play a starring role, weaving life into every corner of the courtyard. Native species thrive in terracotta pots, climbing vines soften walls, and fruit trees offer both shade and nourishment. The selection of plants is not arbitrary. It reflects a deep understanding of climate and soil. Lavender, rosemary, and sage not only perfume the air, but also provide culinary value. Citrus trees, with their blossoms and fruits, bring color and fragrance to the heart of the patio. Together, these plants create a living tapestry that changes with the seasons, making the courtyard a dynamic, evolving environment. Personalization is the final indispensable touch. While the hacienda style is rooted in tradition, no two courtyards are ever the same. Some homeowners may choose vibrant murals that tell stories of heritage, while others display artisanal pottery or handcrafted textiles. The essence lies in authenticity. Spaces should reflect the lives of those who inhabit them. The hacienda is not about following a rigid formula, but about creating harmony between history, environment, and individuality. As we look at current design trends, it is clear that the hacienda style is gaining renewed attention. In an age where people long for connection to nature and authenticity in their homes, the rustic courtyard and patio kitchen stand as powerful symbols. Architects and designers are reinterpreting these spaces for urban dwellings, suburban homes, and rural retreats alike. From Los Angeles to Barcelona, from Mexico City to Sydney, the hacienda spirit is alive, evolving, and inspiring. Equally important is its role in shaping future trends. As design moves toward biophilic principles, sustainable materials, and communal living, the hacienda stands as both inspiration and guide. It shows us that the solutions of the past can address the challenges of the future. By blending tradition with innovation, we create homes that are not only beautiful, but also meaningful, rooted in history, yet oriented toward tomorrow. The hacienda patio kitchen and courtyard, therefore, are not simply aesthetic choices. They are declarations of values. They embody a respect for craft, a love of community, and a deep partnership with nature. Whether expressed in a grand estate or a modest backyard, the spirit remains the same: to build not just houses, but worlds where life, culture, and environment exist in harmony. As we move further into the vision of hacienda-inspired living, it becomes clear that this style is not only about design, but about cultivating an entire atmosphere of belonging, relaxation, and continuity between past and future. The courtyard and patio kitchen are no longer limited to historical estates. They are universal concepts adaptable to urban apartments, suburban homes, and countryside retreats. What defines them is not their scale, but the intention behind them, to create spaces that nurture community, connection, and a sense of grounded beauty. The emotional dimension of these spaces is powerful. When one enters a hacienda courtyard, there is a feeling of being embraced. Walls create privacy, but they do not close off the sky. Plants frame the air, but they do not impose symmetry. Fire, water, and earth meet in simple yet profound arrangements. These elements are not just design features. They are archetypes that resonate deeply with human memory and comfort. This explains why, even in the modern era, people respond so strongly to rustic courtyards. They awaken something timeless within us. In practice, modern designers are expanding the hacienda vocabulary in exciting ways. One key evolution is the blending of global influences. While the heart of the hacienda is Spanish and Latin American, today's courtyards may incorporate Moroccan lanterns, Japanese-inspired water basins, or Mediterranean olive trees. This fusion does not dilute the style, but enriches it, echoing the very origins of the hacienda as a meeting place of cultures. The result is a design language that feels both universal and personal. Technology, once seen as incompatible with rustic aesthetics, is now seamlessly integrated. Outdoor kitchens may feature energy-efficient appliances hidden behind stucco facades, preserving the rustic look while providing modern convenience. Lighting systems controlled by smartphones can mimic the flicker of candlelight, blending atmosphere with practicality. Irrigation systems keep plants lush while conserving water. Even in the age of digital living, the hacienda proves that modernity and tradition can exist side by side, creating spaces that feel both timeless and future-ready. Another defining quality of hacienda-inspired design is its ability to adapt to different climates and lifestyles. In arid regions, shaded patios with thick walls offer relief from heat, while fountains provide cooling moisture. In temperate zones, open courtyards become seasonal gathering places, alive with flowers in spring and cozy with fire in autumn. Even in urban settings, small balconies or rooftop terraces can be transformed into miniature haciendas with clay pots, rustic furniture, and strategic use of color and texture. This adaptability ensures that the hacienda spirit is not confined to one geography, but can thrive anywhere. The social dimension cannot be overlooked. These courtyards and kitchens are not private retreats alone. They are stages for human connection. Family meals under pergolas, neighborhood gatherings around wood-fired ovens, celebrations by the fountain, all these moments turn architecture into memory. In a world increasingly dominated by digital interactions, such spaces remind us of the irreplaceable joy of physical presence, shared food, and laughter echoing against warm stucco walls. The hacienda is not just about living well, it is about living together. Looking forward, one of the most promising aspects of hacienda design is its alignment with sustainability. As the global conversation shifts toward eco-conscious building, the hacienda's emphasis on natural materials, passive cooling, and integration with the environment offers invaluable lessons. New generations of architects are studying these traditions not as relics, but as blueprints for a more responsible future. Solar energy, reclaimed wood, recycled tiles, and water-saving irrigation can all be seamlessly woven into the rustic aesthetic, creating homes that are both beautiful and sustainable. The future of hacienda-inspired living also lies in personalization. As more people embrace the style, they are encouraged to adapt it to their own stories and identities. Some may focus on food, building elaborate outdoor kitchens where family recipes come to life. Others may highlight art, filling courtyards with murals, pottery, or handcrafted textiles. Still others may choose meditation and tranquility, designing courtyards as spaces of silence, greenery, and reflection. The hacienda does not dictate, it invites. Its principles are strong enough to guide, yet flexible enough to allow infinite variation. The emotional resilience of this design philosophy is particularly relevant in today's fast-paced world. Amid constant change, the hacienda reminds us of permanence. Walls built of stone and earth, beams hewn from ancient trees, fountains carved by hand. These things stand firm, grounding us in a sense of continuity. At the same time, the open courtyard reminds us of impermanence, of the sky always shifting, of seasons turning, of the necessity to adapt. Together, they offer a wisdom that transcends style, balance between what endures and what evolves. Imagine the gatherings of the future. Families celebrating under solar-lit pergolas, children playing around eco-friendly fountains, guests enjoying meals cooked in outdoor kitchens powered by renewable energy. All of it set within courtyards that honor history while embracing innovation. This is not nostalgia, it is vision. The hacienda continues to inspire because it is not bound by time. It speaks to fundamental human needs: shelter, beauty, community, and harmony with the earth. In embracing this tradition, we also embrace a philosophy of design that is less about appearance and more about experience. A hacienda courtyard is not meant to be admired from afar, it is meant to be lived in, touched, heard, and felt. It is not sterile or untouchable, it is alive. Every chipped tile, every weathered surface, every whisper of water contributes to a symphony of sensory richness. In a world that often prizes the digital and the intangible, such spaces anchor us back to what is real and enduring. Ultimately, the hacienda patio, kitchen, and courtyard embody a truth that transcends design. Our deepest sense of home comes not from walls or roofs, but from the harmony we create between ourselves, each other, and the natural world. Whether crafted on a grand estate or a modest balcony, this style continues to inspire because it reminds us of how we want to live, not apart from nature, but within it, not isolated, but together, not rushing, but rooted. And that is why, as we look toward the future of architecture and lifestyle, the hacienda will remain not just a design trend, but a timeless way of life.